Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. If you're new to my channel, you're very welcome. My name is Busola. I am a medical doctor living in Lagos, Nigeria. I make videos about lifestyle and medicine. Please subscribe if you've not subscribed to my channel yet. I have a lot of interesting vlogs, videos that you would absolutely enjoy, okay? So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing a few things that I think that you should be doing, that you should look into investing in yourself as a single woman, okay? And by single, I mean unmarried, okay? If you are, it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or you're not, it doesn't matter as long as you're unmarried. These are things that I think are very, very important for you to do as a young woman in your 20s, 30s, whenever it is, honestly, is fine. And these are things that I think are important to me that I have also been trying to implement in my life just for self-development, okay? I think that it is very important for us to always strive to be better, to grow. I think that the way women are brought up in Africa and the world at large, but more so in Africa, is we are brought up to marry pretty much. Like everything leads, or all roads lead to marriage for us. Like that is the general mentality, background mentality. Even if it is not being said, that is the background mentality, that is what it is given. And I think this is very wrong. Thankfully things are changing a lot more these days. Like in our generation, things are getting a lot better, but it's not exactly where it should be yet. That is my personal opinion. I think that as a young woman, you should live for yourself, you should get to know yourself, you should have goals and dreams and aspirations and invest in self-growth for yourself, and not just for desirability, just for yourself. I think baseline, that's what everybody's goals should be, regardless of if you're a man or a woman. So here are a few things that I think would help with that, that will help with developing yourself, getting to know yourself better, improving introspection and just self-development and growth. Yeah, so let's just get straight into the video, okay? The number one thing I'm going to recommend, the number one thing that I'm going to recommend is to live alone. I think that as a young woman, you should have a period where you live completely alone by yourself. I think it is so important. I cannot stress enough how important it is for a person to live alone, okay? Honestly, everything I'm saying pretty much also applies to men, but I am more focused on women, okay? So I think that it is very, very important for you to live alone. I have lived alone for such a long time, for years, okay? My medical school, my whole time in medical school, I lived alone. And to be very honest, it's very hard to, go back from that once you have tried it. I lived alone then, I'm living alone now. I think it is very important, it is very paramount to knowing exactly who you are, knowing yourself. Being able to be in your own company for that long is such a great thing, it's such an important thing for everybody to have. You get to become more in tune with yourself, you get more comfortable with yourself, you have a lot more time to be more introspective and just do exactly what you want to do, live life on your own terms. It also helps with discipline because nobody else is watching you, so the things that you do are not for the impression of others. You are not living for the impression of others. And so if you can still maintain discipline and just maintain your growth, then you know that that is solid, okay? You know that you are doing that just for yourself, exactly for yourself, and not for anybody else. If you come to Lagos, there are landlords, believe it or not, that would not give you, will not rent their places to you if you are not married, because there is this gender bias. It is very, very prominent. A lot of people talk about it all the time. I know someone who has gone through the same thing as well. Sometimes they will want you to bring a man, even if you are single, and they want to take you, they want you to you're paying your own rent too. It's not like they're giving you the house for free, okay? Even if you're single and maybe they want to consider it, a man has to like come and stand in for you and sign for you and actually take the house so that you can live in it. So it's very, very insane that that is where we still are at this day and age, to be very honest. So a lot of barriers are still in the way for us, but I think that it is very important for you to live alone still. There are houses where you will still get as a single woman and be able to pay by yourself, okay? So I think that it is very, very important to do that. That is the number one thing that I would totally always advocate for, okay? Because for the most part, a large percentage of women want to get married, and so this is literally kind of like the only time that you would have to have that kind of freedom to live completely alone. Once you know, get married, it's literally for life, okay? You are literally attached to somebody else for the rest of your life, so you will never ever get this time back for people who want to get married, okay? So yeah, I think it's important. That's my number one thing. Number two thing has to be going out on solo dates. Take yourself out on a date, regardless of if you're in a relationship or not. You should have times when you go out alone and do exactly what you like to do. Watch a movie, go to a restaurant and have a 3-course meal, you know, go to a bookstore, go to a cafe, whatever it is that you absolutely like to do, just once in a while, okay, do that for yourself. It is such an important experience to have. I love doing that, okay, absolutely love it. I've had someone tell me at the movies, I went to the movies to watch a movie alone. I went to the cinema to watch a movie alone, and I met someone there, and the person was so confused, like, you're here alone, like you literally came here to watch a movie alone. You know, a lot of people are still, you know, people tend to be very confused when they see a woman just go out by herself, just for the fun of it, for the heck of it. It's also very important to not have to wait on someone to be able to do the things that you want to do, okay? Especially if you are not in a relationship, that doesn't mean that you cannot go out and still have fun. Yes, it is very important also to have social connections and go out with people. That is also very important, don't get me wrong, like that is an important aspect and it is a different kind of fun. So going out by yourself is also important, maybe equally so. Number three thing that I would totally recommend is having self-care habits. It doesn't have to be anything expensive or over the top. Whatever it is that you think self-care is to you, it could be skincare, it could be just actually sleeping in, it could be cooking, you know, going to the spa, it could be whatever, to be honest. You should have a regular habit of doing that, maybe every weekend. Just dedicate time, something that you know that you are doing just for pleasure, just for satisfying yourself. Those habits are things that you know that you are doing primarily just to pamper yourself. Whatever it is that is, you should totally get into that, okay, and do it regularly. It could be monthly, it could be weekly, it could be every quarter. Have a regular habit of taking care of yourself and pampering yourself by yourself, okay? I think it is absolutely important as well. Number four thing is, and this is one of my favorites, okay, investing in learning something new. Be deliberate about learning something new, learning a new habit. It could be swimming, driving, going to a cooking class for the fun of it, learning a new language. For example, I love the water. I absolutely love the water, but my swimming skills are subpar to say the least. So it is one of the things that I am actually planning to do, is to actually properly learn how to swim. Number five thing, which is also kind of an extension of Number 4 is learning a new skill, okay? Learning a new skill that helps you professionally. Try to upgrade your career by learning a new skill, taking new courses, deliberately doing that, and not staying stagnant in the same level for a long period of time. I think it is important to invest in honing your skills professionally. If you're a baker, you should, invest in master classes, fondant master classes, dessert master classes. If you are a makeup artist, invest in master classes as well. If you're a professional person, take courses to upgrade your skills, your professional skills and whatnot. I think that it would help career wise in the long run. Next thing that I absolutely, this is one of my favorite things ever, okay, and I am looking forward to doing a lot more of that in the nearest future, is traveling solo. See the world. I don't know why I'm grinning while saying this, but I think it is something that I am very passionate about. Just seeing new experiences, new cultures, new countries, locations, areas, and just taking all of that in. Also, I think it is more so important to travel alone, have experience of traveling alone. It doesn't have to be, again, these things don't have to be for people who are rich in quotes. You can save up some money and travel to another state for a few days by yourself and go out to explore the town. I will have to say though that if you are going to do this, if you are going to travel solo as a woman, you have to have researched where you are going, and be sure of how safe it is for people, for black people, for Africans, and for women. I feel like that is very important. And even if it is safe, I think it is important to also be in constant communication with somebody in your inner circle. Always have your location on, always tell them where you are, and always be in constant communication with them, just for safety reasons. I feel like it is very, very detrimental. If it's sad, honestly, for you or for anybody to be born in a particular place, live their entire lives in that particular place, and die in that particular place without ever exploring or living that vicinity, because the world is so large, okay, so large, and there are so many different people, so many diverse cultures, experiences, beliefs, that I think is important. It also helps you to be more open-minded, because when you understand that the world literally doesn't revolve around you, okay, it is very important in the way that you then see yourself and you see the world at large. And it is also important, it affects the way that you reason about things. Definitely take my advice on this. Invest in your friendships. I think that I am a big friendship person. I absolutely adore my friends. I don't have a lot of close friends. I I have very few close friends, but the ones that I do have, I absolutely adore them. I think that love that goes into friendship is very underrated, and people tend to underrate friendships, but it's one of the purest forms of love, to be honest. Like somebody just literally liking you just for you. They don't need or want anything from you, but they are invested in you for life. I think it is one of the most important, selfless, and purest forms of love. I feel like a lot of women also tend to invest more in romantic relationships and just completely slack off when it comes to relationships with your friends. Your friends are likely going to be there with you for life, okay? Especially the very close ones. They're likely going to be there with you for life. Why are you not investing in that? I feel like close friends are the family that you choose, okay? So I don't know why anybody would not take that seriously, okay? I think it's very important, and I think, yeah, spend time with your friends, invest in them, go on friendship dates, schedule phone calls, make sure you are in constant communication, be there for each other, okay? Invest in your friendships, buy gifts, appreciate them, talk to them, be available to help whenever your friends need help. I think it's important. Read books, okay? Develop the habit of reading books. Books are amazing. It helps you think more imaginatively, and if you are a reader, you know that when you read, you kind of develop your own world. It's like you're transported into another world. So even if you cannot travel, you don't have the money or the luxury of time to travel all over the world, you can read books about different things, okay? And books, there are so many books about so many different things that I think are important to just help you widen your knowledge, help you widen your experiences, and overall just help you have fun. Books are also very fun to read, so I think it is very important to invest in that. Invest your time and your money in buying books and just enjoying them. I feel like it helps you. To be honest, I've not met a reader who is not awesome. That's the honest truth. Every reader that I know is awesome. They have that thing about them that just sets them aside. When I meet a reader, I kind of know, I can kind of guess if you read or if you don't. And it's never too late to develop the habit of reading books. I think everybody should learn to do that. And you don't have to stick to a particular genre. You can read whatever you want. Whatever it is that you think that you enjoy, you can read that, okay? You don't have to copy people and start reading non-fiction and historical books if you don't enjoy it. However, personally, I like to expose myself to all kinds of books. Like, there's no genre that is out of place for me. I read everything, but you don't have to be like that. You can just pick whatever it is that you enjoy and just focus on that, or you can also read wide. Your spirituality. I believe that human beings are spiritual beings. Set aside time to be more in tune with that. Personally, I'm a Christian, and so if you're a Christian, I feel like it is important to work on your relationship with God. It helps you be more grounded. It helps you just not feel alone in this world, and prayers do get answered, okay? But just developing that consistent relationship with God helps a lot. It gives you some form of zen, some form of peace, and I think that it is something that everybody should learn to do, because life seems very, very meaningless without faith and without a relationship with a higher being, with something higher than yourself. It does seem pointless when you think about it. So I think that it's also something that is very important to develop your relationship with God. Whatever it is that means to you, I think that you should definitely look into that and try to do that, okay? The last but not the least thing that I think that you should do is to invest in your health. Fitness, work out a lot, try to eat healthy, visit your doctor and schedule checkup visits just to be sure that everything is fine. Take your vaccines, your COVID vaccine, hepatitis B vaccine, your human papilloma virus vaccine. Take all of that, get pap smears, all of those things that literally don't really cost much, compared to the flip side where you're actually battling an illness. Take all of those precautions. Of course, it doesn't particularly mean that if you do all of those things right, you absolutely will not get sick, but it reduces your chances, okay? That is not to say that people who fall sick or who have chronic illnesses, they are like that because they did not take care of their health, but it does reduce the chances. And if you have regular checkups, and I am talking about this very passionately because a lot of diseases that we have are preventable, okay, especially if they are caught early. For example, pap smear, okay, if you do your pap smear, it has a very, very high chance of preventing you from having cervical cancer, which is a very serious, life-threatening cancer. So things like that, honestly, eat healthy, be fit. If that is taking long walks, running, going to the gym, or exercising at home, try to look into that, invest into that, and get that done. Okay, not for anybody else, but for you yourself. You don't want to be 50 and looking like you are 120. Okay, you don't want that, even for yourself. Not even just looking like it, feeling like it as well. As young people, we don't really see the importance of investing in our health, because our body just keeps in all that assault, terrible habits that we inflict on it, and then it's when we get older that we start seeing the returns. And so I think that it is important that now you should be more mindful of it, so that you can prevent long-term consequences in the future. Investing in your mental health is equally as important as investing in your physical health, maybe even more so. Okay, I think that it is important. It's very sad because good mental health service is very expensive. It's something that I think about a lot, and I talk about a lot as well, and I think it's just very unfair, considering the fact that so many young people are going through mental illnesses, depression, anxiety. It's just very expensive to get professional help, especially if you don't want to go solely the medical route. If you want to speak to a therapist, to get a good therapist is very expensive. Okay, paying per session is not child's play. I'll tell you that for free. And to be honest, I have not found a reasonable solution to this. There are some organizations in Nigeria that help with that and help bring mental health care in a subsidized rate. I've actually not tried any of them, so I can't tell you categorically if it works or not. But if you are struggling with a mental illness, depression, anxiety, bipolar, I think that it will be good, okay, to check them out and see how that goes. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. It is something that I personally am trying to develop, okay, and I just said that, let me let my people know. Okay, I can't be the only one trying to improve myself and trying to grow and trying to develop. I feel like everybody should get in on it and everybody should look into it, and that is why I decided to make this video. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a comment and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.